As highly requested over on Instagram, I'm gonna be showing you guys my brand new house. Now, I appreciate you taking an interest in my life outside of just business. A lot of people ask, like, hey, are we gonna see the house? I know I've made a few videos on real estate. This is actually not like the last home you saw me in a year ago. That was a rental, not a home that I owned and rented out. That was a property I rented. So for the past, well, forever, but it's been about 2.5 to 3 years, I've just been renting. I've moved on average every 6 months. I've moved across multiple states. It's been great. I've been able to live in different cities, see exactly where I wanted to be. I finally figured that out. I have an office like 6 minutes down the road. I own a lot of rental properties in the area. And now I finally found the right property to purchase for myself. And so before we get too deep into this, I want to say that this is not, although it is a property for myself, it's not just a place for me to live in. This is also an investment, which for me, I'm gonna talk about, and I can make a separate video kind of breaking down the money side of things, but I almost didn't think I was gonna get this house because I found this deal. It was fresh on the market. I went and looked over a span of 3 days at like roughly 5 houses every day. This was the first house I looked at on the first day and I fell in love with it. And I had to have it. I didn't care what I had to do. I was in my head, I'm like, I have to have this house. I offered list price. Again, I can talk about that. I got a good amount of just the closing costs covered, which is great. So gave them what they wanted, tried to close, and then we ran into a lot of issues with the banks because with all this crazy pandemic stuff going on, they don't really do a lot of home equity loans. So I ended up having to put a lot more down. It was about a 2-month process. And to be honest, I was like 50-50 on if I was even gonna be able to get the house. However, the home appraised, and this would be a separate video, for more than what I bought it for. I have a lot of renovations planned. I'm gonna kind of show you guys that. Like half of the stuff is like I got like flooring examples and stuff over there. So I'll walk you guys through all of that, but let me go to the front of the house and I guess lead this off. So here's the front of the home. I'll give you guys kind of a walkthrough over at the garage there, but just to kind of show you the neighborhood. It's a private community of about 150 to 160 homes. You know, I didn't grow up in the desert, so I never really liked it too much. I'm in Arizona, by the way. So it was cool to be able to get a place that has a lot of green. You know, you don't really see, there's no cactuses in here at all, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's a lot of green, a lot of just regular trees, you know, even palm trees. It doesn't really feel too much like home for me. So it has a 3-car garage, which if you guys had ever seen my last house that had a 9-car garage, definitely a big change. I have 4 cars myself, so it's been an interesting change. I'm actually getting rid of one, so it's not gonna be much of a problem. I actually just got this installed about 3 hours ago this morning. People came over. This was just one of those like manual garage doors you'd have to open yourself. So just kind of getting everything set up with the garage. I'm actually going to be asking the HOA if it's okay if I build either some sort of awning off the house or potentially a whole structure here, which is kind of an RV gate, but I mean there's some bushes in the way, so maybe I could put some more parking spots there. So let's go back over to the front of the front door. There's a nice fountain over there. I have it turned off right now. I'm doing a lot of dad work, you know, pressure washing everything and stuff. So well, let me, oh good, it is open. Let me walk you through the front door here. So you're just greeted by an entryway. I guess a non-formal living room would be the most apt description for this. Again, I'll kind of walk you guys through my renovation plans and stuff. I'm not a huge fan of these window shades. Apparently they're really expensive and kind of known to be super nice, but I don't like them. They let a lot of light through, and you know, I like to be able to close the blinds and not have any light coming through it. So I'm gonna be redoing that. The paint in this room is actually gonna stay the same. However, you'll see it's like very early 2000s style. The home is about 18 years old. It's like a textured paint. Looks like it was almost sponged on there. So we're gonna be doing a lot of different paint work. Eventually all the flooring. That's the dining room right there. It's really interesting. It has like brick. It's not real brick. It's just, it's painted to look like brick coming through. So I guess the previous owner was big into wine. So let me kind of give you the tour. You walk in here, you're immediately greeted by huge, huge windows. We'll get to the backyard. That's one of my favorite parts. There's an office inside of here, which is great. There's actually no lights inside of it, which is a bit weird. So gonna be repainting, gonna be getting rid of this bookshelf if anyone wants it. It's actually pretty nice, but I don't need it in there. The master bedroom, you're gonna have to excuse the mess. I'm like 3 days to moving in. So everything is still just kind of that early 2000s style that I was telling you about. I'm not a huge fan of these walls at all. Again, I'm not too bad with the, like I'm not too concerned about these in that main room. I'm definitely gonna get them replaced, but in the bedroom it makes no sense because, you know, the light kind of wakes you up in the morning. So nice view of the pool, which is great. Just early 2000s, you have like pockets in the wall next to the fireplace, but I'm gonna be putting a TV up there most likely. Now, none of my bed frame or anything is here, but there's kind of an open space over there, which I don't really know what to do with. There's a door that goes outside, which is really nice. The cool thing is, since it does get hot in Arizona, the home has like a misting system. So water sprays from here, really fine amounts of water, and it cools down the air, which is absolutely awesome. There's speakers throughout it. So stage one for the home is going to be paint and carpet. Stage two is all the flooring, the kitchen, and redoing all the granite. So that's going to be taking place in the master bathroom, one other bathroom, the kitchen, and then just all the floors. So, I mean, there's a closet back there and whatnot. Everything is just a complete mess right now. So the master bedroom, the home, by the way, it's a 6-bedroom house plus this closed off office slash den. This doesn't qualify as a bedroom, obviously, because there's no closet. So just 6 plus an office, which is large. Now, when I was actually looking for a home, I didn't want something that was this large. I wanted something that was like maybe 400 to 4,500 square feet. Since there's only like 2 or 3 people living there, it doesn't make sense. But I love the layout of the house. Let me actually show you this little half bath. You can see just kind of carrying the early 2000s style all throughout it with this just textured wall. So not too bad of a thing to fix. It's just you can repaint over it. Now the kitchen, this was a great layout. I love it. I love the high ceilings, the open area. It's big, but it still feels like home, you know? There was some beautiful, beautiful appliances already put in. For an example, a huge, huge Viking oven. It's kind of cool. I've never seen anything where it has a grill. I mean, this is an actual grill inside, and then a little hibachi chef thing that hopefully will get used. Sub-zero fridge and freezer. Not too much going on in there. Just some greens, bunch of water, some meat and eggs. So just setting everything up. The only thing is this feels like a $30 flimsy, really small microwave. So that's probably just gonna get switched out, which isn't much of a problem. There's a walk-through pantry. I'll kind of show you the other side of that in a moment. But yeah, so again, just to talk a little bit more. Oh, my Wi-Fi is here. I forgot I just picked that up. I gotta set it up. So this house, I've finally just been looking for a property for myself. I was looking at renting another spot, no big deal, like be there for another year, but I did finally find something that I truly loved. I didn't want to rush the decision. You know, it's not my exact dream spec home, but I can easily make it that. So it's not like I need to change any of the structure. You know, it's just some small stuff inside. So again, just kind of the main area over here. You'll see the same flooring throughout. I'll show you some examples of what we're doing. Got to get a TV up there. I just put this up there to get it out of the way. I do not like it when people have a mirror above a fireplace. It doesn't make any sense to me. I set up a temporary workspace because I've been working off my hotspot and I don't really get service in the basement too well. So some more stuff. There's a speaker selector there that just controls speakers throughout the house. They're outside by the pool. You'll see them kind of throughout, which is cool. I'll show you outside last. Let me show you over here on this side of the house. The cool thing is the house has a basement. To be truthful, I would not have bought it if it didn't. You know, for me, it's just kind of having that, not a split level floor plan, but having just another level that's not higher. You know, I grew up in the basement. Like I lived in my parents' basement, so I like it. It's like colder in there. It feels good. I just like basements. So over here, this is actually gonna get ripped out. You'll see here, it's just a really, really worn down, weird red. Can't really see it too well. There's kind of a bookcase throughout here. They had like a drum set and some guitars on the wall. You got I guess technically a bedroom, but they were using it as an office. There is a closet. I'm gonna be getting rid of this, which is unfortunate because it's a really nice, kind of slightly older style set of, you know, it's got lights in there and everything for the desk inside of here. It's got great lighting in this room. This is actually gonna be a filming room. So I'm redoing the carpet in here. I'm gonna have like probably 2 different filming locations for YouTube videos. They got like a bunch of little messages written on the wall. So there's a lot of random stuff. There's actually some spilled mac and cheese there from carrying random stuff in. You got a kid's room inside of here. They left the skateboards on the wall. So we just got a carpet and paint inside of here, paint the ceiling as well. And then the carpet in there. So that was one of the kids' rooms. Now, I have to warn you before we go into this next room, it's a little aggressive, okay? You might get jealous. You might want to do your room the same way, okay? No joke. This was their daughter's room. Very, how do we call it? Bright. Just a bunch of colors. So again, first step, paint and carpet. This is just an extra room. Paint and carpet is the first step. Eventually, gonna put a sliding door here, knock out this wall when I redo the kitchen. I'm just restaining the cabinets, probably change the finish on the countertop. I might leave it, I'm not sure. But the biggest thing is just ripping out this tub, and I'm just gonna make this a rainfall regular shower. So working on that. I don't want to have to move around any of the plumbing. I mean, I can easily change like where the shower head is, but I don't want to move the plumbing, like the actual, like where the toilet is. So we're not going to do any of that. There's a laundry room, I guess just to do laundry. There's a sink. The other side of that, pantry, and then back over here to the garage. So there's that. Now let's go downstairs. Oh, actually, I did miss. It's nothing special. Just one regular bath there. So, kind of a guest bathroom to say the least. Going to the basement here. Again, kind of an early 2000s style on the wall. They had a pool table down here. I'm actually putting a pool table in that first room that I showed you. That's gonna be kind of my pool table room. There's a bar down here. Really, really weird. There's no outlets. I kid you not. There's no outlets anywhere. This is just for show. It's not an outlet. So somehow gonna have to get that wired. I don't know why they wouldn't have already done that. In here though is an office. It's kind of been using this as a temporary workspace. But like I said, I don't get a lot of great signal in here for my hotspot. I put the big whiteboard in there. So that's also technically a bedroom. There's a wine cooler in here. And then again, this feels like a New Mexico ranch style, I mean like leather-ish material. And thankfully this is paint, it's not wallpaper. That makes it a lot easier to get rid of and just paint over. There's not really much of a texture to it. The wine room is like 60 degrees, it feels great. People are gonna yell at me for this, but I bought a bunch of waters because I know I'm gonna use them. And I know someone's gonna say single-use plastic, but not only are these recycled, and I recycle, but I'm gonna buy these anyways. So it actually helps the environment by me not going back and forth to the store using my car. So I got a bunch of those just all at once. There's a bathroom inside of here, just kind of a guest bathroom. Yeah, it's sectioned off so someone can use it while still showering. And you have the other side of that fan that is cooling the wine cellar. So, oh, and a closet and just some piping. So, now, to bring you to the part of the house that sold it for me was the yard. You know, it was kind of the whole package deal. I knew the house was slightly older style. I think it's 16, 17, or 18 years old. One owner home, I bought it from him. He took excellent care of it. No kids anymore though. I think him and his wife separated, so there's no reason to have a house this big. So let's come over here. I'll show you outside. Now what's cool is it's on almost an acre. I like land, I like having space. Like I like to mow my own yard as well. So there's 26 citrus trees around the whole property, which is great. Just go pick some fresh fruit. Unfortunately, they're not in season, so they taste terrible. But here's kind of the side of the house. They left the hoop, which is cool. Another feature that I really liked that I hadn't seen too much of was the vegetation on top of kind of this hangout area over here, which looks super good at night. I'm sorry, it's really windy out, so if it sounds terrible, I'll try to keep it short. But like right over here, there's this beam. I'm gonna be hanging like 2 of those little egg hanging chairs that the baskets you sit in. So that's gonna go there. Some outdoor furniture. I need to get another plant for right here. I've been pressure washing this whole thing. I mean, this was all black. You can kind of see the marks of where I pressure washed it. So it needed a lot of work. This circle right here is all turf, and there's a trampoline. And for any of you who know what spike ball is, the game you normally play at the beach, with like a mini trampoline, you hit the ball. I might actually get rid of the trampoline, potentially, and fill that with sand and just make a little spike ball spot. So here's the grill. I love to grill. I use this every night. There's a little pizza thing, because there is actually a pizza oven. I haven't used it. I don't know if it works, to be honest, but it's over there. I put up some of these like tiki torch fire things kind of throughout the property, just so it kind of looks good at night. Huge hot tub. There's a pool, it's like a waterfall, a slide, little spot to jump off. It's a great yard. Here's my pressure washer. But it's a great space to entertain. I've been having a lot of friends over and just using this every night. You know, it's nice and hot out, so it feels great. One thing I like is you can't really see the neighbors and they can't really see you, so it's kind of your own secluded little spot, which again, when I first walked this property, absolutely fell in love with it. Like, there's been very few, maybe 2 properties I've ever been in that I walked in and I'm like, wow, like this is right. So this was one of them. I know this garden is definitely gonna die if I'm the one controlling it, so this is probably gonna get leveled. I'm gonna make this very level and put some sort of little skateboard mini pipe or little half pipe here, and then a shed tucked away in the corner for like pool floaties, lawnmower, stuff like that. So it's an amazing house. I truly love it. I plan on being here for 3 to 5 years. We'll see. I'm just busy working here right now, buying a lot of rental properties out here and working. So plans can change. Plans always do change, and I have a history of moving. I've never stayed anywhere longer than like 10 months. So we'll kind of see what happens. Now, all of this is like the pool stuff. It's kind of a little bit exposed. We're gonna build a slight little tiki style hut, just like a light cover over it, just so you can't really see it. It'll reduce the noise. It's not very noisy regardless. There's that turf I was telling you about. But that's kind of the plan for over here. Let me just switch on the waterfall so I can show you guys what it looks like. So you'll see the slide starts to flow, this starts to flow over, these holes start filling up right here and there, and then the waterfall will go. But it's super cool because you can sit underneath this waterfall inside the pool, which is great. You know, there's like a little spot you can swim under. So I love it. It's got a couple palm trees, but there's a lot of different types of nature. Let me not bust my ass getting down here. So it's definitely a cool property. It's not just all dirt, which is that used to be my perception of Arizona. It is very, very bright out. But yeah, like I said, you know, a lot of nature throughout it, which is great. I mean, there's birds flying all over the place, which is actually unfortunate. There's a lot of bird poop everywhere. I've been pressure washing off. But yeah, you know, to me, it feels a little bit more like home. So love this. For those of you who care, let me explain the renovation plans real quick. Just kind of, I know I gave you a quick walkthrough, but let me show you some of these tile examples. It's gonna be a very, very light gray throughout the walls, different shades throughout different rooms, but a very light gray, white cabinets with black hardware, meaning the handles, and then white marble or granite with black and gray cracks through it. So complementing, it's a very good accent color, just a slight contrast. These are 3 vinyl flooring examples I was looking at. I'm gonna have a lot more brought over because I'm not hugely in love with any of them, but that's a little bit more of the style I'm going for, because for the investment side of this property, I think whatever I put into it, at least for my plans, obviously you don't wanna over renovate, but for my plans of what I wanna do to it, pretty much anything I put in, I'll get like 1.5 times that additionally on the way back when I go to sell. So, you know, just that little more contemporary, rustic, modern boost will definitely make this house a lot more appealing to probably a family that would buy it when I leave. So yeah, there is a tour of the house. I hope you guys enjoyed. A little bit more insight into my personal life as well. I do want to get back into making vlogs, maybe some car videos and some fun stuff again soon. I've just been extremely busy, but the last like 20 to 25 days, my schedule's been opening up, which has been awesome. Just slowly automating stuff inside the business. Whenever a task comes my way, just delegating that. And I mean, this is a topic for another video, but definitely looking forward to creating more content. I know it's been not a lot of stuff going on content-wise for like the last 6 to 8 months. So excited for that. Depending on when this is out, the new program should be out for anyone interested in e-commerce. I haven't taught in over a year, and I've just been focusing on Facebook ads pretty much almost exclusively for the past year. I mean, it's been about 4 years, but just the past year, taking that to the next level, you know, instead of doing consistent $5,000 to $10,000 a day in sales, I mean, scaling something aggressively. So if you guys want to learn more about that, there'll be a link somewhere in the description to that program. It's just focused around Facebook ads for people who want to learn that. It's a lower ticket program. It's not very expensive, and it goes super in depth. So if you want to check that out, that'll be linked below, as well as some other resources. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel to see some more content coming soon, possibly with some fun cars with some new stuff being done to them. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.